rallies across the country opposing President Trump's agenda on the day of the president's military parade. Today's events in about 2,000 cities and towns were organized by the No Kings movement, which calls the administration's actions authoritarian. There were rallies near Mr. Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in West Palm Beach, Florida.
No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA!
In Boston, where it was raining. In Atlanta, with Proud Boy counter-protesters looking on. And in Philadelphia, at the flagship No Kings rally. Local officials urged protesters to demonstrate peacefully and avoid blocking roads.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and back to a brand new video. So as you saw from the intro, we are going to be having a quick discussion about the No Kings protest that took place last week. A complete debacle in my opinion, because if Donald Trump were really a king, would he have allowed a nationwide protest against him? I don't know any monarchy that would allow that. But I digress. This video today is going to be deep diving into who actually was behind the No Kings protest and if all of the protesters were actually real, or were they paid to be there to create the illusion of a movement going on in this country. Now, I didn't actually pay attention to the No Kings protests even leading up. I just was not interested because it's just nonsense. It's the left, who cares? But since the protest happened, I've been seeing a lot of footage and a lot of reporting going on about just how completely, I want to say, scammy the actual protest was. And the reason why I say that is because I've been seeing all over my timeline on X, people on the left toting, oh, the numbers, there were millions that showed up. Oh my God, such a success. This is a movement. Wow, look at this city, look at that city. Everyone showed up and showed out. And when you deep dive into the people who actually were at the protest and who was behind the protest and some of the tactics that it took to get people to show up at the protest, you realize that things aren't exactly as they seem. So let's take a look at this clip of Chris Cuomo breaking down who actually was behind the whole protest.
These protests are fed by dark sources with a desire for our destruction. One of the main players in organizing and funding is a group called CHIRLA, C-H-I-R-L-A, acronym, Coalition for Humane Immigration Rights. They have received millions in government grants and state grants, but now reports are showing that there may be a foreign link, specifically from China, funding and organizing these protests. The pro-Chinese far-left Party for Socialism and Liberation. They're known as the PSL. They are working with CHIRLA, helping fund the protests in Los Angeles and maybe elsewhere. Remember, all the parties in China are controlled by the CCP. So this is China. And the party is pushing to destroy capitalism and the West. This is its agenda. This is what China wants. They even have a term for the effort. It's called the smokeless war, where they have this theory of how they'll destroy the West without actually taking to the battlefield. That's what they did during the anti-Israel campus protests. The PSL worked hand in glove with anti-Zionist student groups and helped organize and fund the Columbia campus encampments. Now it gets scarier. Where does the PSL get its money? Enter Shanghai-based socialist billionaire Neville Singham. 2017, he sold his tech company for about $1 billion. Reports show the same year he started funding far-left groups like the PSL to the tune of millions. Singham is not America's friend. He has deep business ties to the CCP, but also has strong ideological ties to communism, period. People who worked for him says he's an admirer of Mao, Che Guevara, Hugo Chavez, not friends of American culture. According to the New York Times, Singham has funded and developed a deep global empire of pro-China nonprofits in the media and grassroots political space, steering millions into these groups over the years, including the PSL. And guess who was associated with the PSL and other Singham-funded groups? Elias Rodriguez. Ring a bell? This scumbag, the 30-year-old Chicago man who murdered 2 Israeli staffers in cold blood last month to make a political point.
Cue in the Twilight Zone music. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. At this point, it's just embarrassing how blatantly dishonest the left is when it comes to this movement. And of course, China would be behind it because China has every incentive to try and cause discourse within our country and within our politics because they want to see us destroyed. They want communism to win and they want capitalism to fall. And the left is more than willing to coexist with China considering their own politics that they actually fall more in line with than capitalism. Ain't that crazy? Let's watch more of this deep dive in these clips.
So the bottom line is that real grass movements don't launch with merch stores and cohesive branding and synchronized media rollouts, okay? Yet No Kings had all of that on day one. The coordinated aesthetic, this is not an accident, guys. This is psychological priming. And when people see a fully packaged movement, it's giving the illusion of mass consensus. I mean, I've seen it. Everyone's like, millions of us showed up. Millions showed up.
It's called astroturfing.
It's bingo. And even the slogans and the hashtags, they're not spontaneous. So the messaging is A/B tested by professional firms like Berlin Rosen, M&R, and Purpose. All these guys are embedded in the funding network of these dark money organizations. These firms test everything from the phrasing they use to the color of their friggin' No Kings flyer. It is bonker shorts. This is not a crowd, it is a machine. And they don't stop there. I want you to take a look. They literally pay people to go out and riot. Now, can you show me that paid rioters clip at 1:40?
I'm right now. I am representing myself, and I am representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been trained
so Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
marshals.
How much do they pay you to wear this vest?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
So I did some digging, and the woman trying to stop my interview is named Karen Shawl. She is a professional protester. I found her at almost 100 different protests. Let's look at her portfolio, shall we? Here's her outside Trump Tower saying TikTok time's up. Here's her saying ban guns, not drag. Amazing. This is her telling us that lies have consequences. She is also very passionate about abortion. Even in the video right now, she's just wearing a hat that says abortion on it. This is deranged behavior, by the way. I studied psychology in college, and I'm confident that I can diagnose this person as insane. Sometimes she gets less creative, though, and just holds a sign that says enough. Now, here I found her working with a different professional protester that I've exposed.
Super low
This is
effort.
Stuart Waldman. He was there when they raised the Palestinian flag over City Hall in Rhode Island.
Everyone knows you.
Everyone knows me?
You are. They know what you do.
I know what you do as well, Stuart Waldman. You are on the board of riseandresist.org, the company that is paying people like Karen for a second job as a professional protester. And the donation link to give you money is just Act Blue, which is the fundraising platform for the Democrat Party. That's who you are, Stuart Waldman.
Okay.
The woman with the sign for every single protest. The same person. The same exact person everywhere. There she is. These people are professional protesters, okay? People whose job it is to incite craziness and to incite dissension because they get paid to do it through bigger organizations. They hate the country, they hate the right, they hate Republicans, and so in their minds, they're doing a service while also getting paid to try and cause dissension amongst the current administration. It's not gonna work. It's desperation, but clearly it's a machine at this point. Like, they're doing this on purpose, and many people are not even aware of what's happening. I'm literally actively having debates with people who I know in my personal life on Facebook who are trying to convince me that the No Kings protest wasn't so much about how, Donald Trump got elected, but how he's governing, how he's a mad dictator, how he is a bully, how he doesn't allow people to do things, how he is a tyrant. Those are all opinions based on a very subjective point of view.
One thing that he missed there that I find particularly interesting is that this organization actually donated nearly $500,000 to Gavin Newsome when they were questioning his governorship and they were trying to take it away from him.
What a shocker that Gavin Newsome is being funded by the same people who are also funding these protests. What a shocker. And by the way, Gavin Newsome is loving this whole tiff that he's having with Donald Trump because for him, this is his audition to the left to make him the nominee for 2028. Mark my words, he is going to be the one that's going to be pushed and ascended to the top like a king by the Democrat Party. And this is just his audition right now. He's loving it. I mean, listen to Joy Behar of The View completely fawning over this man because of his looks.
Can I just say, I don't want to be a superficial, But Gavin Newsome brings me back to really handsome presidents. Like JFK and Obama. And wouldn't it be nice to have an articulate, gorgeous president like that again? The same.
Now imagine for a second if a man was caught saying that about a female candidate. Just imagine. Just imagine.
Guys, I don't mean to come across as a sexist or anything, but wouldn't it be nice to see a nice, sexy, young Democrat woman with a nice body? I miss those days. Nowadays, it's just old hags. Old liberal hags. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not sexist or anything.
You know, at this point, we're past conspiracy theories and it's just about what it is. This is the left. They want illegals in this country so badly because they're hoping that if they're able to vote, they're gonna vote blue. They are desperate at this point. We saw the map in the last election. It was bleeding red, which scares the crap out of Democrats. At this point in time, they are desperate. They need these illegals in this country. They need them. It's their only way out. What's funny too is this clip that I saw from The View this past week of Arnold Schwarzenegger being interviewed by The View, and they asked him about ICE. And I'm sure in their minds, because he's been governor of California, they assumed that he was going to have a very left-leaning, liberal, progressive answer for them on ICE. And instead, he said this.
But you know, as an immigrant yourself, you are an immigrant. You're an immigrant in this country. Yeah. Did you have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud and happy that I was embraced by the American people like that. I mean, imagine I came over here with the age of 21, with absolutely nothing. And so I just think the world of the great kind of a history that we have with immigrants in America. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest, and you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do, rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America, then I have to give something back. You have a responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America.
Oops. You gotta love it. You gotta love that moment. Their faces said it all. They were like, uh-oh, code red, what are we doing? Commercial? I love seeing liberals flustered. I love it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video. Did you buy the numbers and the hoopla around the No Kings protest? Or were you also, like me, questioning what's really happening behind the scenes? How real is this? Let me know down below. If you enjoy my content, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit my notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. Until next time.